There are over 500 different species of sharks in this world. That is a lot of animals and a lot of names to come up with. While some sharks have descriptive names like the spinner shark or the oceanic whitetip, and other sharks are named after where they're found like the Caribbean reef shark and the Galapagos shark, some sharks are named after other animals. So let's take a look at a few examples of sharks that, with respect to the animal kingdom, have some pretty unoriginal names. When I say big cats, I assume you're going to be thinking of lions and tigers, and while there is a lionfish, there's not a lion shark. Unless I missed one, which of course is possible because again, there are over 500 different species of sharks. I cannot keep every single one of those up in my brain, no matter how hard I try. Anyway, our first example is the tiger shark. Now to get one of the anticipated questions out of the way, yes, this is one of the big three. By that I mean it is only behind the white shark in the number of bites it has on humans. But this is your friendly reminder that sharks are not out to get you. Tiger sharks are actually out to get sea turtles, or pretty much anything else they can find. They've got specialized teeth and incredibly strong jaws, perfect for chomping through turtle shells. And because they've evolved to eat something as tough as a turtle shell, they can eat pretty much anything else too, including squids, birds, marine mammals, even tires and license plates. Hence their reputation for being the ocean's garbage disposals. And though they are effective predators, that's not why they're called tiger sharks. They're called tiger sharks because of those beautiful stripes that they've got. But as they grow, those stripes tend to dull, and they become just a more typical sharky gray. But if you can catch a glimpse of one of the little ones, you'll see exactly why the name tiger shark makes perfect sense. Also, random fun fact about tiger sharks, they ooze black slime. All fish have some sort of mucus coating to protect them from the pathogens of the outside world. But the mucus of the tiger sharks is black, and it smells really, really bad. I feel like you wouldn't think an animal that spends so much time in salt water would smell bad, but trust me when I tell you, they smell bad. But we love them all the same. And while we're on the topic of big cats, let's talk about cat sharks. Cat sharks aren't just a species, they're an entire family of sharks called Silurinidae. And this family has around 160 species of sharks in it, making it the most speciose family of sharks that we have. There's the lollipop cat shark, the coral cat shark, the small spotted cat shark, the chain cat shark, and many, many more. But why are they called cat sharks? It's supposedly because they have a cat-like eye shape with that same reflective layer behind their retinas that cats have that help them see in the dark. That's the tapetum lucidum. So when you shine a light in the dark and you see your cat's eyes shining back at you, that's the tapetum lucidum. Okay, sure, they're called cat sharks because they've got cat-like eyes. But I like to think it's because they lay lazily around the ocean floor like some sort of aquatic house cat. So that idea that sharks have to keep swimming in order to breathe does not apply to the cat sharks. They're what's called buccal or buccal pumpers, meaning they can draw water into their mouth and over their gills and continue to breathe even when they're not swimming forward. Which is why you'll often see them chilling on the ocean floor and sometimes hanging out in some cute little sharky cuddle puddles. Now my favorite cat shark is the chain cat shark that I mentioned earlier for two different reasons. One, because their skin is biofluorescent, absorbing light and re-emitting it at different wavelengths, which is very cool. And two, because sometimes they're often called the chain dogfish, which allows me to perfectly transition into our next group of sharks. So let's talk about dogfish. This, again, is a family of sharks called Squalidae, a family that is completely different from the cat sharks. Though sometimes we refer to things as dogfish even if they're not technically in the family Squalidae. It's all very confusing. Dogfish supposedly got their name from fishermen who claimed to see the animals hunting in packs like dogs. Though, fun fact, a pack of sharks is actually called a shiver. I don't know why, but I think it's very whimsical. Now, I've worked with dogfish before, helping to catch them for my friend's project while she studied the gill ventilation of these animals. In other words, Bestie was studying how they breathe. This species of dogfish that I've interacted most with is the Pacific spiny dogfish. Shocker, they live in the Pacific and they have dorsal spines. And also venom. The venom's not really going to do a lot of damage to you, but it's definitely going to hurt, so don't get poked. In fact, I think all of the species in the family Squalidae have dorsal spines, so if you catch one, please be careful. Now this last example is actually going to be two different examples. It's going to be a little bit confusing, so stick with me here. We're going to talk about the leopard shark. Notice how I did not put up a photo yet? That is because, depending on where you live, this could be a leopard shark, or this could be a leopard shark. Where I'm from, this is a leopard shark, Triachus semifasciata. Did you think I was going to talk about the other one? Don't worry, I'm going to talk about that one too. It's the zebra shark, unless you live in or near Australia, in which case that's the leopard shark and this is the zebra shark. Let's clear things up. The leopard shark, Triachus semifasciata, is a shark that you can find off the coast of Cali just vibing in the kelp forests. They're called leopard sharks because of those big old spots on their back. Unless you live down under, in which case it is the zebra shark, and I think it's because those spots kind of also look like stripes? I'm not totally sure. But I mean, sure, I guess the shape is sort of up for interpretation. Now the zebra shark, Stegostoma trigrinum, is a shark you can find in Australia, hanging out on the seafloor and chomping on crunchy invertebrates. It's called the leopard shark in Australia for obvious reasons. Look at all of those spots. That seems pretty obvious to me. Then why on earth do we Americans call it the zebra shark? Zebras don't have spots the last time I checked. Well, it starts to make a lot more sense once you take a look at the juveniles. These sharks are not making the whole naming thing very easy. Now, of course, there are other sharks named after animals, like the whale shark or the bull shark, and even more named after objects, like lemons, lanterns, and cookie cutters. Oh my! Can you think of any sharks with other animal names? Or other animals with other animal names? Also, if you had to take one of these animal-named sharks and then name it something else, which one would you rename and what would you name it? To make things easier, I would take the leopard shark and call it a kelp shark, and I would take the zebra shark and call it a bulb-nosed shark. I feel like those names would make things a lot easier so that we're not constantly swapping common names back and forth depending on what region of the world that you're in. Enough about me complaining about common names. I hope you learned something new today. Let me know which of these examples was your favorite in the comments. And have a great day. Stay sharky, my friends.